The fire department have watched numerous times where firefighters had to let an entire block burn to the ground because they couldn't find working hydrants. Mayor Duggan said yesterday that all of the hydrants are fixed. That is definitely not true.
It's an alternative fact, wouldn't you say?
That would be an alternative fact.
A lie.
I guess he would respond that we're fake news. But he, there's still a lot of problems with the with the fire hydrants, and I think that what Mayor Duggan was really trying to get across is that he's gonna shift his focus on the neighborhoods. But I think a lot of people are saying, well, it's a little bit too late for that. You had your opportunity. I'm curious what you guys think of somebody like Coleman Young II. Does he have the ability to beat Mayor Duggan? Does he have the reputation in the neighborhoods to convince people who may have been leaning towards Duggan to go with a new mayor?
I don't think the neighborhoods are leaning toward Duggan. I don't think they're leaning toward anyone. I believe that once they listen to and Coleman Young II, they're going to be mightily impressed. This guy has the intellectual wherewithal, and he will have an agenda. He will have a plan for majority Detroit. There are two Detroits. There's majority Detroit, and then there's Gilbertsville. That's what I called it when I used to write a column for the Michigan Citizen, Detroit Raw. I labeled it Gilbertsville. I'm also the one they call Police Chief Craig Hollywood Craig.
Yeah.
But the reason I say that is because there are two Detroits. Coleman Young's mission will be, can he get out the vote in majority Detroit? If he does, the numbers are there for him to administer a beatdown to Gilbertsville Mayor Duggan.
Does he have the money to do it, though?
Well, when you say the money, if you can create the drum beat, you can overcome those slick TV ads. You can make the TV ads work against the candidate with the money. I mean, if the top 1% is funding Mike Duggan, how can that be in the interest of majority Detroit, where over 60% of the children today live in poverty? Where Detroit is the American city with the shortest life expectancy of any other American city. That means you're dying sooner than you need to, Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, even an infant mortality rate that rivals Mexico.
Third world nations, even. Yeah, the infant mortality rate. That's why he did that little political pitch. The whole thing on car insurance. Come on.
Yeah.
That's an election year ploy. Don't go for it, people. Where's it been the last 4 years?
Right.
The $250,000 cap. Then Butch Halliwell says, well, your personal insurance can take care of it. How much personal insurance are you going to have in the age of Trump, who wants to wipe out Obamacare? Give me a break.
Yeah, these are a lot of promises that I don't think that Duggan is going to be fulfilled, and it seems a bit disingenuous for him to just now say he's starting to invest in Detroit's neighborhoods. But what do you think about the prospect of somebody beating Mayor Duggan, who won with relative ease 4 years ago? Is it possible? What do you think?
It's definitely possible. It's going to come down to really getting citizens engaged in turning out at the polls and fighting for something different than they have today.
Yeah, well,
I've done that. And I can tell you, I can remember, and I like to go back in history. 1984, I was the first National Lead Advance man for a guy running for president named Jesse Jackson. We came in here, and Coleman Young threw us out of a meeting, said we had too many people. 4 years later, we came back into Michigan and won the state, and Coleman Young welcomed us. The point I'm making is that no matter how daunting the task, the votes are here in Detroit. People know that they're not being repped in the city-county building now, not only by Mayor Duggan,